So, today is apparently my birthday. Now, I don't really care, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't really care about birthdays. Now, you might be like, oh, why is this guy making a video about his birthday? Who gives a shit? Exactly my point. Today I wanted to just really quickly think about my entire journey, which is what I've done for the past day. Think about my journey ever since I started on this path of improvement, of progress, of betterment. I've done this for the past 4 years now, full 4 years. And to be perfectly honest with you, I'm still deeply dissatisfied with what I've done. And I truly believe deep within myself that I can do more. Now, I am grateful for what I've done and for the people that support me and what has happened over the past 4 years. I'm grateful for having changed myself from shy, introverted loser playing video games all day to self-confident, full of self-esteem and self-respect, young businessman, entrepreneur, going up in the world, rising star, if you will. That is the goal I've set for myself at this current stage of my life. And so, over the past 4 years, I've had a lot of different experiences. And to be perfectly honest with you, I'm not necessarily proud of every single one of them, but I can tell for sure that I don't regret a single moment of this past 4 years. I don't regret a single moment because all of the actions and all of the things that have happened in the past for these 4 years have molded me into the person I am today. And if not for those actions that I've done, then I would not have become the person I am today. And that's kind of what I want to talk about today. You see, I used to be the kind of guy who would sit around, play strategy games on my computer, not really seek out any conversations outside, not speak to any women, not speak to that many people. My group of friends was quite small. And now, I actually find myself completely changing that around. And 180 degrees, just fucking, just complete social extroversion, which is kind of funny. Like, I might go on a date once in a while. My standards are extremely high, so finding somebody that fits within those standards is actually quite rare. So I don't want to just date for the point of dating. Like, that's just fucking retarded, I think. So I'm taking more time to really think about finding the right person for me, or finding somebody that is close enough to that so that I can have some fun with them until I find that person, you know, if you know what I mean. Like, I never really had a sleep around phase in high school or college or whatever, university you could say, since I've been there, done that. Never really had a sleep around phase. Never slept with anybody ever throughout that phase, actually. I was mostly focused on getting really, really good at video games, which was not the best thing, but it did teach me a specific skill, which was problem solving and becoming more persevering and resilient to problems. Whenever I would put myself in a situation where I wasn't sure that I was gonna win or not, and I would pull off a win, I would always just blast past my comfort zone every time and just get better and better and better and better. And this same skill has been the number one driving skill that I've applied to my business that I've grown, that I've created, that I've shaped from nothing. And yes, if you didn't know, there are some businesses out there that don't cost any money to maintain and that don't cost any money to start. So in all technicality, you can start a business with no money, start making some money, and then start developing the business, and then use that business to create another business that might take you some money to reinvest, or you might buy some properties, you might make some more money, so on and so forth. It really depends what you want to do and what you find yourself doing over the past next few years of your life. And so I wanted to take some time today to really think about that, because not everybody is it's I guess it's, you could say it's awareness. You could say it's knowing that, this is an option that's possible, you know? Because not that many people know they can actually start a business from scratch. Like, there's a lot of like unspoken rules and unspoken things that nobody knows. Like, you need money to start a business. You need 10 years, 15 years of experience to start a business. You need this, you need that. I'm 24 and I own my own company. And whenever I talk to people, they look at me and they talk to me with more respect, because they see with how I dress and how I comport myself and how I take care of myself. And they understand that, this guy isn't just some fucking peasant on the side of the road playing business owner. This guy actually knows what he's talking about. And whenever I have a conversation with them, they know that I've done my homework. They know I have the expertise. They know I'm not just some fucking random schmuck playing dress up. So not only is treating yourself with a higher degree of respect and self-esteem and just holding yourself to a higher standard is going to get you so much further ahead than 99% of people around you. You could probably look around you to the people look at the people you speak to, look at the people you interact with, look at the people you walk by in the street. Look at them and look at their lives and think to yourself, do you think this person actually knows what they're doing? Or do you think this person's just cruising through life, not really sure what they're doing, but they're just trying to figure it out, you know? Because that's what most people are doing. Most people are just cruising and figuring it out. But some people understand that reality and cause and effect have a certain place within our society. And based on the lessons of previous people that have come before us, the books you can read, the stories that you can hear, the experience, the life experience that you can learn from other people by having conversations and asking questions, the right questions, allow you to set yourself out so much further ahead compared to everybody that just walks around cruising and figuring it out on the whim. I've spent the last 4 years learning from people that have more experience than I have, more value than I do, that have more skills, more resources, more life experience. And that, as well as reading specific books that teach me stories about different aspects of human life and understanding exactly how I can mold my life based on their understanding that has come before me. It's kind of like, you don't really want to be the guy who reinvents fire, because fire has already been invented. So in that case, why wouldn't you learn the lesson from the guy who's already invented the fire? Right? That way you can go faster. You learn from the guy who already knows, and then you can apply that extremely quickly. The guy who learned how to make fire the first time ever, he probably took like months or weeks or years to actually figure that out. And now you can do that in like a couple hours, like a couple minutes. Super quick. You save a lot of time by doing that. And so by the simple fact of learning from people that have more experience than you do, that have more value innately, that have learned more things, that have more wisdom, that have more experience, you can actually set yourself apart from the people your age because they're not doing that. Do you really think everybody that's 23, 24 years old is as learned as I am? Probably not. I mean, I don't like bragging. I don't like being arrogant anymore. I used to be. Now I don't really like doing it anymore because I go out there and I see 99% of people who are younger than I am or the same age that are just losers. Pathetic losers. Dressing up in sports attire, dressing up in just like raggedy clothes, dressing up like losers. They don't go get a haircut at the barbers. They don't groom themselves. They don't take care of their beard. They have like a patchy beard. They don't go to the gym. They don't take care of their health. They smoke vapes. They eat junk food. And they think it's all fun and games, right? They don't give a fuck, right? They don't care. I care. I care about myself. I care about my health because I want to be the number one individual in my bloodline that can provide a much better outcome for my children and for my future family members that have either yet to arrive or that are younger than I am, that I can provide value to. If my cousin comes around me and says, "Hey, I noticed you were doing this. Would you be able to teach me how you do it? I would really like to learn and figure it out as well." No problem. That's what I wanted to do in the first place. So I'm glad you asked. Let's sit down and have a conversation first. See if you're actually willing to go through it. Because I had to go through a lot of hardships in order to get where I am now. It hasn't been easy. Not only have I had to completely reprogram my own mind, I've had to also reject a lot of past beliefs that I had in the past. I had to reject a lot of people that I used to talk to. I had to sacrifice a lot of habits. I had to do a lot of things. Okay? It hasn't been fun and games. Now, of course, that doesn't mean I don't enjoy it. I can find enjoyment in a lot of things. But the point being, I'm not doing this because it's fun. I'm doing this because I want to do better. I want to do more. And this is my life mission that I've chosen. You know what I mean? And sharing this with other people is what's beautiful about it. Being able to learn lessons, experience things, have wisdom, gather everything in a single place, and then share it with people that want to learn is actually what's most beautiful about it. Because you can pass down that knowledge, and then the next generation can do better, and the next generation can do better, and the next generation can do better. Because you've set up a system in a way that allows your descendants to do better. Now, even if today's my birthday, I intend to go all the way with my work, with my endeavors. I'm not gonna stop business today because it's my birthday. I don't give a shit. I've got tasks to do every single day. It doesn't matter if it's my birthday. It doesn't matter if I'm sick. It doesn't matter if one of my family member dies. I'll always do my best to get work done because that's what I've chosen. That's the life I've chosen for myself. Not only did I want that in the first place, being able to choose whatever I want to do whenever I want to do it, but also having the responsibility and the ownership of my own life. Nobody gets to decide for me. I decide. And if somebody forces me to make a decision, usually I'll tell them to fuck off. eat shit and die, I'll tell them. I don't give a fuck. Nobody forces me to do anything. So, at the end of the day, I sit here and I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, the person I am today is actually not good enough, but is also quite a significant improvement to who I was before. It's kind of like being in this headspace of you're extremely grateful for the past, your past actions of the people you've interacted with, and also completely dissatisfied of where you are right now because you know you could be doing better. You know you could do more. You know you could be doing 10 times better. That's where I am right now. And so I wanted to share this. I guess you could call it a mindset, you could call it a feeling, you could call it whatever you want. At the end of the day, whatever may happen, you get to decide what you do. You get to decide if you want to sit there and watch TV for 2 hours, or you decide if you want to work on creating a business for 2 hours. You decide if you want to go talk to your friends and play video games, or you want to work on your creating content for the next 2 hours. You decide if you want to have a client meeting and potentially figure out a deal and get paid. Or you decide if you want to go to the zoo and watch the animals. You decide exactly what you want to do with your time today. And so that's the message I wanted to communicate today, because not that many people actually sit down and think for themselves, what can I do today and why should I do it? I want you guys to start critically thinking about your goals, your aspirations, what should you be doing, why should you be doing it, and what can you do today? Because that's what I've been doing for the past 4 years, and look what it's gotten me now. I've gotten a decent amount of money, not good enough. I always want more than what I have now. I've got a lot better at communication, at socializing. I've gotten a lot better at my personal skills. I have self-esteem, self-respect. I dress much better. I have more experience. I talk to many more people. I have a bigger network. And all of this I've created from nothing. Nothing. Everything that I have right now, I've created from people telling me, hey, da da da. And if I had never asked them what could be done, I wouldn't be here. I was like, hey, what can I do? How should I do this? What do you think about this? And just did that for 4 years straight. And now I'm actually learning for people that make millions and billions of dollars, and that have a bigger network and that have a much bigger impact on society as a whole. And that's what I want. So you have to not only figure out what you want as an individual, as you, the person watching the video, but you also have to figure out what can you do in order to achieve what you want. And don't dream small, all right? I want you to dream as big as you can. I want you to dream as big as you can within the realms of reality and figure out a way to get there. You want to go to the moon? Go ahead. You want to become the next billionaire? Go ahead. You want to, I don't know, go to Mars? Go ahead. You want to dream big. Change the social landscape of Earth to fit your ideal. Go ahead. Do whatever you want, but do it in a positive way that impacts everybody and that helps everybody on the way up. Because that's how humanity has evolved over the past thousands of years. By learning from our ancestors and doing better. And with this said, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all the feedback and support. on this channel for the past couple of months. I've been posting videos every single day. So if that's something you're interested in, let me know in the comments by leaving a comment, liking or subscribing to let me know that you're interested in the content. And with that said, it's a beautiful day. So it's gonna be time to get back to work, and I will see you in the next one tomorrow. See ya.